Electric vehicles are gaining in popularity, and with increased interest, consumers have plenty of questions about the newest EVs on the market and the innovations and technology behind them. Now, joining us today is auto expert Brian Moody of Auto Trader, who is teaming up with Polestar, the Swedish performance EV automaker, to share the latest EV information and trends. Welcome, Brian. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. And you're right, there are a lot of new innovations and a lot of interest in electric cars.
Now, are you seeing an increase in popularity of electric vehicles in the US?
Yes, we're seeing more people are expressing interest or they're at least considering. So we surveyed some people at Auto Trader and a lot of them said they were considering electric cars more than before. So to meet that need, we see automakers like Polestar adding or expanding to new retail spaces. 7 new cities in 7 months. They're really ramping up to meet the demand of electric cars. So we see that. We also think that in 2023, we're going to see the new sales of electric cars reach 1 million, the first time we've seen that.
Wow. So how have electric vehicles improved over the years?
Well, one of the big reasons, or one of the big things that they've improved is range. It used to be that electric cars didn't have much range and sometimes they were impractical. Today, it's easy to find an electric car with a range of 250, 300 miles. The Polestar 2 that we're looking at has a range of about 270 miles, or it goes over 300 miles depending on the version and the year that you get. So that's one of the big improvements.
Now, what is your prediction for the future of electric cars?
Well, we're going to have different models and different styles, more SUVs for one thing. So a lot of electric cars you see today are just that, they're cars. They're like sedans or hatchbacks. But with Polestar and with others, we'll follow suit. We see more SUVs being added. What we're looking at now is the Polestar 3. That's a fully electric, family-friendly SUV. And once we start seeing electric vehicles that are the types of vehicles that families want, then you're going to see an expand in terms of electric car sales.
Now, what do you see as the future of electric in the automotive world?
The future of electric is really going to be about choice. So it's one more thing that consumers can pick from. If they are the kind of people that have a way to charge up at home, that's going to work out great for them. But it's just going to add up to more choice. And whenever consumers have more choice, it ends up better for them in the long run. It's better for prices, it's better for the market, and it makes better products.
All right, Brian, what is your number one tip when considering an EV purchase?
Number one thing, consider price alongside range. So those two things go together. The more range you have, then the higher the price is usually going to be. If you can do with a smaller or a lower range car, then the price is usually going to reflect that. So think of those things as working side by side or in tandem.
Almost sounds like a commuter car, or a car for travel.
It does. Think of it, this is the way I always explain it. Think about it like back in the day or even today. Horsepower costs more. You want a very powerful car? It's going to usually cost you more. With electric cars, they have the power already, so they're pretty quick. The one behind me goes from 0 to 60 in about 4 seconds. But if you want longer range, you're usually going to have to pay for that. Just like any feature that you add to a new car. The more you want of something, the more it's going to cost.
Yeah, you got that right. Where can we go for more information?
For more information on some of the cars we just talked about, go to polestar.com. You can also configure your Polestar 3 SUV if you want to on there. And for more information on just buying, selling, and tips and advice, go to autotrader.com.
All right, Brian, one last question. I'm a pickup guy. How many years do I have to wait?
Not many, because those are already coming. So that's one of those things like SUVs where electric pickups represents more choice. Whichever kind you want, that's going to be available very soon.
I like that. To speak with Brian Moody, auto expert and executive editor for Auto Trader. Thank you for joining us on Morning Blend.
Thank you.